Hey guys, how's it going? Ricky here from Most Valuable Podcast, here to give you my 5 starts for week number 4 in fantasy football. These are the players that I'm saying, you know what, go ahead and start them this week because they favorable matchups in my mind. They're going to have a big game, or it could just be a positional matchup that I really like going into week number 4. At number 5, Andrew Luck. And some of you may be saying, well, Ricky, have you been watching football this week? Because Andrew Luck hasn't looked too good. However, going up against Jacksonville got torched, completely torched by the New England Patriots. A little bit of that may be because the Patriots are good. Ask ESPN, and they're saying the Patriots are 16-0 good. But I feel like some of that has to bleed over into week 4. Andrew Luck is going to be the Andrew Luck of old this week, going to get a solid win against a divisional opponent and make his fantasy owners very happy in the end. Number 4, Brandon Marshall going up against the Miami Dolphins. And this is one, if you watched my sleeper video, the Dolphins are a sleeper for me on defense. However, I still feel like we are going to see a big game out of Brandon Marshall against Miami. Coming off of a loss, he's obviously the number 1 target on this team. And I'm just going to say it could be a 2-touchdown game for Brandon Marshall against the Miami Dolphins. At number 3, you've got Cam Newton. Had a thriller, a great game against the Saints last week. A must start again this week going up against Tampa Bay, who I don't know. Are we going to see the Tampa Bay we saw in week number 2? Or are we going to see the Tampa Bay that we saw in week number 1? That's kind of where I'm at right now on this one, because you have, the Texans were kind of but week 2, they looked solid against Drew Brees. Week 1, they didn't look solid against Marcus Mariota. Cam Newton, I feel, can fall more into that Marcus Mariota side of things rather than the Drew Brees side. Then at number 2, maybe a shock. These last 2 guys come from the same game this week. Number 2, Latavius Murray. And the reason why I say that, the Bears, if you haven't heard, have traded Jared Allen to the Carolina Panthers. They're kind of, to me, in a rebuilding mode now. That team just isn't that good. Latavius Murray had a huge week 3 game this week. I feel like he can continue that against the lowly Bear defense and just kick a bear while it's down, keep running over it. Probably a 200-plus game, maybe a multi-touchdown game for Murray in this one. That's how low I think the Bears are right now, that Murray can do that to him. And at number 1, on the other side of the ball, a little kind of a bright spot here for the Bears. If you've got Martellus Bennett, don't drop him. Don't drop him this week. Wait a week, because he's going up against the defense in Oakland that is giving up the most points to tight ends this season. Crockett Gilmore had a good game. Tyler Eifert in week 1. Gary Barnidge last week. So if you listened to my sleeper pick last week and started Barnidge, you're welcome. I just feel like Martellus Bennett, although they're struggling, this Oakland Raider defense likes to give up fantasy points to the tight end, Martellus Bennett, or maybe Zach Miller. Depends on which one gets used often in this one. Maybe both get used if they're both kind of sharing the load. But yeah, Bennett being the starter, he's going to be the one you want to start for sure. Could be a big game for him against the Oakland Raiders this week. But that's going to do it for my 5 starts here for fantasy football heading into week number 4. Go ahead and tell me down below either some of the guys on this list that shouldn't be there, who are some guys that you would put on this list instead of the ones I had. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Ricky Widmer. Most Valuable Podcast is at Most Valuable Pod. I want to thank you guys for checking out this video today. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe button. And as always, have a good day, everybody. Hey guys, like the video? Then hit that subscribe button. But if you liked it even more, you should check out our Patreon page. We have a lot of different rewards and goals for those of you who would love to support us. So make sure to click that link down in the description to check out those pretty kick-ass rewards.